I remember that it was the sound, and that's it. And then, like firecrackers, they began to shoot at the car from all sides.
On February 25, when heavy shelling started near Demydiv, Lesa's husband Artem decided to send his wife and a child to a safe place, while he remained to help evacuate fellow villagers. Lesa, with her daughter and a friend with a child, got into the car and drove off in the direction of Hostomel. At one of the roadblocks, the Russians opened fire.
In one moment, I felt like my arm was hanging down and couldn't move my fingers. The kids were crying. I saw that the driver and the woman were killed. My jacket was on fire. My hair melted. There was a fire in the car. Then I saw that Adeline put her head like that.
We were in touch. Adelina said, "Serhiy, I love you. They are shooting at us." I called my wife Lesa and heard the screams of the children. We jumped into the car and drove after them, and when we started to drive up, the Russian military opened fire on us. We barely stood alive. Lesa managed to open the car door, pushed out the 3-year-old son of her friend, then left the burning car with a 10-month-old child in her arms. The woman with the children decided to return to Demydiv, but there were cars at the checkpoint.
I decided to stop the car and tell people that it was dangerous there. Probably in this way we saved each other, because they were not shot, and they took me away.
The woman with children was taken in by a family from neighboring Khavrilivka. They spent the whole night in the basement of a shelter, and in the morning the rescuers took them to Borodyanka, where they got medical treatment. 10 days after the shelling, a woman with children reached Lviv. Then she turned for help to the first medical association of the city. Physicians found 3 fragments in daughter's food. Lesa had her hand broken and her finger was torn off. The boy was unharmed. During the several days of intensive treatment, we realized that there is no threat to the health of the child in the future. These fragments remain in the place and the body simply separates them from the surrounding tissues, and they will not interfere with either the movement of the foot or the further growth of the child. During the first operation, necrotically altered tissues, including bones, were removed, repositioned, and a VAC device was applied. 3 days later, the VAC was removed and skin plastic surgery was performed. Lesa met her husband already in Lviv. Now he is in a children's hospital with his daughter and comes to visit his wife, who is undergoing rehabilitation. I came to Kira, looked at her and just couldn't even come up to hug her. She was in such terrible condition. I thought when I saw it would be easier, but when I saw her I realized that it was just the beginning. She told me that I need to take care of Kira. After terrible events, the man thanks God for saving his family, because the most important thing is that they survived. But until now the family cannot understand. Why did the Russians shoot civilians? After what they did to my family and to children, in Mariupol they bombed a maternity hospital. Well, that's all they can do, fight with women and children. Reported by Roman Smoler, Yulia Bil, UATV News.